Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue currently unfolding on CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful. The drama, as always, has taken a surprising turn that leaves us questioning loyalties, alliances, and the true motives of every character involved. Hope and Carter find themselves at the heart of these ongoing tensions, determined to prove the authenticity of their love in the face of doubt from everyone around them, most notably Ridge, Steffy, and even Brooke. Despite the upheavals, Hope and Carter remain resolute, eager to demonstrate that what they share is genuine and untarnished by the relentless machinations of those who resent their union or fear their growing influence. From the outset, Hope and Carter have been riding a wave of happiness. After overcoming countless obstacles, boardroom battles, disagreements with the Forrester clan, and the persistent meddling of others, the two have emerged stronger than ever. They're proud to show that their love did not arise from fleeting infatuation or mere opportunism, but instead from a deep respect for one another's ambitions and a belief in each other's dreams. Hope, for her part, has always been an idealistic visionary. Carter, for his part, has displayed a fierce commitment to forging a future that places Hope's happiness at the center. Watching them stand together in the midst of so many swirling intrigues has become a testament to the unwavering strength of their bond. Yet, in the shadowy corridors of Forrester Creations, fresh turmoil lurks. Carter, increasingly wary of shifting alliances, expresses a suspicion that Daphne, who works in product development, specifically on an upcoming fragrance project, might be flirting with him, or at least attempting to get too close for comfort. Carter views Daphne's actions with concern. Something about her approach, her lingering gazes, her method of offering feedback, or the way she seems to appear whenever Carter is alone raises red flags in his mind. He can't help but suspect that Daphne's overly friendly demeanor might conceal hidden agendas. Having witnessed the constant politics that shape the Forrester world, Carter has learned to trust his instincts. Power struggles often manifest in subtle attempts at influence and deception, especially when valuable projects or key alliances are at stake. Hope's initial reaction, however, is one of mild disbelief. She values Carter's perspective, of that there is no doubt, but she has always been inclined to see the best in others. From her viewpoint, Daphne is simply a warm, personable colleague whose easygoing nature can sometimes be misconstrued as flirtation. Moreover, Hope has been impressed by Daphne's impeccable credentials. As a skillful technician and product innovator, Daphne has been central to developing the new perfume line, a project in which Hope has invested significant emotional and professional capital. For months, Hope has pinned her hopes on launching an innovative fragrance that would elevate her personal brand and signal a fresh chapter for the company. Daphne's role in creating and perfecting the fragrance formula is vital, especially if Hope wants to prove that she can steer Forrester Creations into exciting new markets. Because of her high regard for Daphne's abilities and the potential she sees in the fragrance project, Hope wants to trust her wholeheartedly. The notion that Daphne could harbor ulterior motives, romantic, political, or otherwise, clashes with Hope's intuitive desire to cultivate a supportive and harmonious working environment. Even though Carter cautions her to stay vigilant, Hope prefers to believe that they can rely on Daphne's skills and loyalty. She downplays Carter's concerns as simple overthinking. In fact, she wonders if his instincts might be colored by past experiences, especially considering the tensions that arise whenever someone new steps into the Forrester orbit. Regardless, Hope remains hopeful that any suspicions about Daphne amount to nothing more than an unfortunate misunderstanding. After all, as far as she knows, Daphne has never shown an explicit interest in sabotaging her or Carter, and certainly not an interest in stealing Carter's affections. Convinced that she and Carter have found an ally in Daphne, one who could help them launch their most promising fragrance line yet, Hope moves forward with her usual confidence. She arranges to visit the lab, eager to oversee final adjustments to the perfume. This step is critical, from marketing campaigns and brand styling to ingredient sourcing. Every component must align perfectly if they are to capture the attention of a discerning, global audience. For a woman who invests her heart into each project, particularly one so intimately tied to her personal vision, these final preparations represent a moment of extreme vulnerability. Hope sees this as a chance to refine the fragrance's essence and ensure it conveys everything she stands for: elegance, warmth, and the intangible blend of familial heritage that defines Forrester Creations. Yet, upon arriving at the lab, Hope encounters a situation she never anticipated. Could it be related to a general curiosity, or is it something more insidious? Curiosity piqued and her concerns stoked by Carter's earlier warnings, Hope decides to approach quietly. She creeps closer, determined to hear what's being said without revealing her presence too soon. Her heart pounds as she draws nearer, straining to catch their conversation. The fragments she manages to pick up confirm her worst fears. Not only are Daphne and Steffy acquainted, but they appear to be active collaborators. Indeed, she overhears enough to gather that Daphne did not come to Forrester Creations merely to develop a perfume. Steffy, it turns out, installed Daphne in the company specifically to sabotage the relationship between Carter and Hope. The knowledge hits Hope like a lightning bolt, fueling a combination of fury, disbelief, and wounded pride. Though she had recognized Steffy as a formidable rival, she never imagined Steffy would resort to placing a mole directly in Hope's project pipeline with the intention of wreaking havoc in her love life. Overwhelmed by an avalanche of emotions, Hope cannot contain her anger a moment longer. She springs out from her hidden vantage point, confronting Steffy and Daphne head-on. The confrontation is immediate and intense, underscored by an undercurrent of betrayal so profound it nearly leaves Hope speechless. Her voice trembling with indignation, she demands explanations. How could Steffy stoop to such levels? What did Daphne hope to gain by pretending to be a loyal colleague while secretly conspiring to undermine Hope's happiness with Carter? The moral and personal boundaries that have been crossed spark an outpouring of frustration and heartbreak. Steffy and Daphne, caught off guard by Hope's sudden appearance, attempt to mount a clumsy defense. Steffy tries to rationalize her actions, perhaps contending that she only did what she believed was necessary to protect her family's legacy or to keep Carter from making catastrophic business decisions. Daphne, cornered, may cling to the idea that she acted under instructions from Steffy, that her proximity to Carter was strategic rather than romantic in nature, or that there were business reasons for the subterfuge. But from Hope's perspective, such justifications ring hollow, overshadowed by the undeniable fact that these two women conspired to break the bond between her and Carter. Hope refuses to entertain any more excuses. She's beyond calm reasoning now, her outrage fanned by the very audacity of Steffy's and Daphne's behavior. She thinks of Carter's earlier warnings, regrets brushing them aside, and feels a pang of guilt for not trusting his instincts. Recognizing the potential damage inflicted not only on her relationship but also on the new fragrance initiative, she takes immediate and decisive action. Without hesitation, she announces that both Daphne and Steffy are to be fired, effective immediately. As lead figure on this project, as a key name in Forrester Creations, and as Carter's partner, Hope wields enough influence to make that happen. Her voice is resolute when she delivers the news, leaving Steffy and Daphne stunned into silence. In parallel, Hope declares that she will be terminating the fragrance project entirely. Her once cherished ambition of launching a groundbreaking perfume is now tainted by the machinations used to sabotage her personal life. If the project was so compromised by Steffy's infiltration and Daphne's deception, she wants no further part in it. For Hope, the project is no longer a labor of love or a fresh milestone in her career. It's a bitter reminder of betrayal. By scrapping the initiative altogether, she emphasizes just how far she's willing to go to cleanse her life of Steffy's intrusions. The cancellation is a business move with serious financial repercussions, but it's also an emotional stand that signals her unwillingness to let toxic influences remain entwined in her creative endeavors. The reverberations of Hope's actions are immediate and profound. Steffy, once integral to the Forrester empire, finds her position more precarious than ever. Although she's part of the family, her feud with Hope has escalated to the point where it threatens her role and reputation. Daphne, now exposed as a covert operative, is left without recourse or sympathy. Her carefully curated position within the company, her meticulously cultivated illusions of loyalty, and her credibility as a perfume technician all vanish in the face of Hope's furious condemnation. Together, Steffy and Daphne face humiliating termination while grappling with the consequences of having conspired to break up a relationship that, ironically, emerges only stronger from this crisis. Meanwhile, the events vindicate Carter's earlier apprehensions about Daphne. His concerns had been brushed aside by Hope, yet the outcome proves that his instincts were right all along. Had Hope listened to him sooner, they might have uncovered the sabotage before it escalated. Now that the truth is out in the open, Carter feels both relief and anger, relief that they have discovered the infiltration in time to protect their relationship, and anger that someone in his orbit manipulated him so shamelessly. Carter, always protective of Hope, stands by her side as she recovers from the betrayal and faces the consequences of her decisions regarding firings and project cancellations. Their shared experiences and unwavering support for one another ultimately reinforce the bond they vowed to preserve, reminding them both that their love can withstand even the most calculated conspiracies. In the aftermath, the Forrester family is left reeling. Brooke, who has been skeptical of Carter in the past, may see in these recent events a startling example of how far some people will go to sabotage a relationship. Ridge, connected to Steffy by unbreakable familial ties, must reconcile the fact that his daughter played a hand in an act of betrayal that has severely damaged company morale and set back one of the brand's promising new ventures. Even side characters and company employees feel the ripple effect, as a once celebrated fragrance project is shelved abruptly, leaving them confused and uncertain about the brand's immediate future. Gossip thrives in the corridors of Forrester Creations, and everyone wonders if the feud between Hope and Steffy can be mended or if this is the final straw that divides them permanently. In the privacy of their shared moments, Hope and Carter reflect on the near miss this conspiracy represented. Carter might reiterate that no amount of corporate success or personal ambition matters more than their unity. Hope, humbled by her own oversights, vows to trust Carter's instincts and reevaluate the circle of people she lets into her life. In a world that so often prizes ambition and strategic plays, the two reaffirm that love and trust stand paramount. By shutting out those who seek to destroy them, they gain renewed clarity on what truly matters. Though the narrative of the bold and the beautiful is continuously in flux, with each day bringing new alliances or betrayals, this chapter underscores a timeless lesson. In a realm where power, romance, and family legacies intertwine, unwavering loyalty is the rarest commodity. Steffy and Daphne's plot, aimed at tearing Hope and Carter apart, backfires horribly, resulting in their own downfall. It also cements the idea that sincerity and authenticity will ultimately prevail over scheming and opportunism. For all the heartbreak such acts engender, they also expose the toxic undercurrents that must be purged for the sake of genuine growth and unity. As for the ill-fated fragrance project, though many will bemoan the lost potential, the fiasco stands as a cautionary tale for both Forrester Creations leadership and staff. Never underestimate the lengths to which some might go when they feel threatened or overshadowed. For Hope, canceling the project was an act of self-preservation, a refusal to let her creative triumph be born from a scheme that aimed to wreck her personal happiness. The subsequent fallout, firing longtime rivals, exposing secret alliances, and reaffirming her devotion to Carter, may well define Hope's storyline for episodes to come, as the brand recovers from the scandal and attempts to chart a path forward free from subterfuge. In summation, the events that transpired reveal a potent mix of ambition, betrayal, and the unbreakable bond between two characters committed to safeguarding their relationship at all costs. Hope, initially blindsided by the revelation of Daphne's duplicity and Steffy's covert meddling, reacts swiftly and decisively to sever toxic ties. Carter, whose quiet warnings were validated, emerges as a trusted partner, a man devoted not only to the success they share, but also to preserving the sanctity of their love. Together, they refuse to yield to the forces aiming to tear them apart, demonstrating a united front that commands the respect of those who once doubted their sincerity. This storyline, dense with emotional tension and moral quandaries, reiterates the fundamental principle at the heart of The Bold and the Beautiful, that no matter how powerful or compelling outside forces may be, genuine love and mutual trust can defy even the most cunning schemes. Though the aftermath will undoubtedly leave scars, on the Forrester empire, on family ties, and on the personal ambitions of many characters. Hope and Carter have navigated a crisis that could have easily driven them apart, only to emerge all the more certain of their feelings. Their future, while still uncertain, now rests on a bedrock of tested loyalty, illustrating the show's prevailing theme that unconditional devotion trumps even the most formidable adversaries. And so, we close this chapter on a note of resilience and reinforced affection. Hope regrets that she doubted Carter's intuition. Carter, in turn, stands proud that his dedication to Hope won out over the manipulation swirling around them. Steffy and Daphne, outmaneuvered by Hope's moral and executive authority, exit the stage momentarily, but as any viewer of The Bold and the Beautiful knows, no one stays gone for long in a universe fueled by vendettas, regrets, and second chances. We'll have to keep watching to see how the brand recovers from the perfume project's abrupt cancellation, what new alliances might be forged in the fallout, and whether Hope and Carter's renewed unity will continue to shield them from the dramas to come. Stay tuned to see if redemption or further confrontation lies ahead for Steffy, how Brooke and Ridge react to these seismic shifts in the company, and whether the newly fired Daphne will seek revenge or vanish into obscurity. Whatever the outcome, the current storyline reminds us that in the timeless interplay of power, love, and betrayal, the heart that remains steadfast and open stands the best chance of triumphing in the end. Hope and Carter, steadfastly clinging to each other through countless upheavals, have taken a stand, one that loudly declares, they will not be beaten down by schemes, no matter how elaborate or cunning. And in doing so, they show the rest of us that sometimes the simplest, truest sentiment of all, love, can withstand even the fiercest storms unleashed by ambition and deception.